All right, thanks, Mark. The nation's largest pediatricians group is speaking out about a new TV drama they say is perpetuating the autism myth that vaccines cause autism. This drama, Eli Stone, debuted last Thursday on ABC, and they say the show is about a lawyer arguing that a flu vaccine made a child autistic. Now, here to talk more about autism is Dr. Anna Mendenhall from the Children's Physicians Medical Group, and thanks so much for joining us this morning. And we want to be careful to say that we're not saying that it is a myth for everyone that vaccines, because there are a group of families out there who have autistic children who firmly believe that vaccines do cause autism. I have a twin brother who is autistic, and so you hear all of these different things. So let's talk about, why did the American Academy of Pediatrics come out and say that this was something that they had to talk about?
Well, because the show really perpetuates the myth that vaccines cause autism, and let me just underline, that's a myth. I know people believe that, but if you look at any scientific study that's well done over the past 15 years, we're researching it, trying to find out what has caused autism. But vaccines don't look to be the reason at this point. And the show kind of perpetuates the myth and ends up giving a verdict of like $5 million for a family that their child's autism was caused by vaccines, which really isn't true. And that's why, the AAP has really been upset that it's perpetuating the myth. And, if parents are hearing this and that's all they're hearing, they're not researching it and get both sides of the story, they may not vaccinate their children, which really isn't safe and leads to vaccine-preventable diseases, which we're seeing right now.
So that's a big fear, is that some people would watch this and then decide not to immunize their children?
Exactly. They're hearing the voices of fear that vaccines cause problems, and they're not hearing the voices of parents whose children have died from meningitis, from polio, from hepatitis, or have severe lifelong illnesses due to these diseases that we don't see as much anymore because of vaccines.
Now let's talk about autism and what it is.
Autism is a disorder characterized by the significant lack or problem with communication and relating to others and in a normal way that we see. There's lack of eye contact, there's lack or delay in speech, there's odd fascination with parts of objects like wheels on a train, there's repetitive language use or odd motor behaviors that are repeated, flapping of the arms, things like that.
There's such a broad spectrum.
Such a spectrum.
My brother is in one area where he can live alone, but he definitely needs help and can't drive and those things, my twin brother. Now, some believe, I just read Jenny McCarthy's book about the experience that she had with her son, and which was quite different than the case of my brother, but some believe vaccines can trigger autism. What do you think about that?
Well, if you look at all the research, and the big vaccine that's been linked to that has been the MMR. And if you look at research with the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine and look at home videos of children who've been diagnosed with autism and under the age of 2, all the home videos show differences as early as 6 months before they've even been given that vaccine. So, I don't think that there's any link at all, any research that has shown that there's any link in the MMR vaccine or any other vaccine in autism has never been able to be proven. We're searching for why it seems certain kids are more predisposed. It looks like a genetic link for sure with some environmental trigger, but the trigger doesn't seem to be vaccines. It really doesn't. I mean, if it did, I wouldn't vaccinate my own children.
Now, so then there was this recent measles outbreak at a charter school here in San Diego involving 3 siblings that were not vaccinated.
Right.
This was just in the past week.
Yeah, 2 days ago it was released, yeah. So very concerning, because now more people are hearing things like on the Eli Stone and, vaccines are causing autism. So they're saying, well, we don't see these diseases so much, so what's the risk-benefit? And they don't immunize their children. And now here they are getting measles. There's kids, unimmunized for tetanus that are getting in contact literally with a rusty nail through the head this child had. So there's a lot of things that you can protect your children with, and vaccines are one of the safest things you can give your children.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. And if parents, early intervention is key.
Oh, yes. early intervention,
That
early
your
diagnosis.
child might be autistic?
Yes, you want to bring it up to your pediatrician right away. And your pediatrician will be screening at 18 months and 24 months. But definitely, if you have any warnings, red flags, bring it up to your pediatrician. And there's many, early interventions and therapies that can help.
Okay, Dr. Mendenhall, thanks so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you.
We'll see you again soon.